Shalom, Laha, Alahayim, peace to the gods, Nawathan, Kal, Halalimla, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash, giving all praises to Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit, double honors unto the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the head elders of all the camps of Great Millstone, GMS, who do rule well, who are the true leaders of all Israel, you so-called Neo-Latino Native Americans, today. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the Bayath Dawada, the house of David, the predestined spirits of election scattered abroad. This is your brother Tasapanya of the GMS DC camp. Lord willing, Adawan Ratazah, this spiritual commentary, digital epistle, is edifying unto the elect. So what we got here is the Math Hoffa podcast. Math Hoffa was one of the original Smack DVD battle rappers who went viral on World Star back in 06, 07, when I think it was at in a high school gymnasium, and some Philly guy, he from Brooklyn, and some Philly guy talked crazy in his face. He told him to back up and he smacked the fire out him, and it was a big brawl that happened and shit, and that's how he got popular. But whatever. On his podcast, he has a so-called black top investor, and I don't know if it's real estate, whatever, but the point is he makes a comment that $37 trillion in reparations would bankrupt the world. So that kind of intrigued me. And then of course, when you look up the word bankrupt, all right, let's see here. So here. Matter of fact, when you get the etymology of the word bankrupt, it means in the state of one unable to pay just debts or meet obligations. Okay, from Italian bancarotta, literally a broken bench. Okay, banca means money lender shop, literally bench, and rota is broken, defeated, interrupted. Okay. Said to have been so called from an old custom of breaking the bench of bankrupts, but the allusion probably is figurative. So it's figurative. So bankrupt means to interrupt or defeat the bench, which is the moneylender or the bank. Okay, so if it makes sense, if Esau, which he's never going to do, which he wouldn't do anything anyway, if he were to give not even the Southern Kingdom, what is his name? What Nasheed Tariq would call your FBA, Foundational Black Americans, which is truly the tribe of Judah. Okay, that Salakia, hold on real quick for me, Akim. Hold on. Akim. Salakia. So back to what I was saying. If Esau were, which he would never, give $37 trillion in reparations to the tribe of Judah, which Nasheed Tariq will call foundational Black Americans, all right, it would bankrupt, meaning it would interrupt the banks. It would destroy the bank, okay, because they wouldn't be able to pay their debts. All it would do was cause super, mega hyper inflation, all right, because it's a stimulus check. They would literally print money, you see, and if they were to do it all at one time compared to overtime, oh man, it would literally be the downfall of this system. In first of all, I mean, if you got to be able to understand. So that's why when this guy said it, or the headline of the video, I was like, oh yeah. But then I looked through the comments, and Jake is bugged out. You got these foundational Black Americans. Hopefully we can pull it up. You see what I'm saying? And when I say that, meaning bugged out Judites that is following this doctrine of Nasheed Tariq and basically causing friction between any of the other tribes, which he's, to me, he's a paid off agent, okay, to do so. Because at one point in time he was talking about the Israelites. But we're going to get really into the scriptures regarding what true reparations are, because at this point we should all know what true reparations are. All right, but a commentary, and we're going to filter this quick little about 5 minutes of this through the scriptures. All right, so without further ado.
There's no money in unification. You can argue even today as African American, we aren't classified as Americans. We are a subgroup of Americans. Native Americans, subgroup of Americans. Yeah.
So notice how he said African Americans a subgroup and then Native Americans a subgroup, which I love that. You see what I'm saying? Meaning that Judah and Ephraim is being oppressed together here in Babylon. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. This is the book. Oh, wow. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel, which is the northern kingdom, and the children of Judah, the southern kingdom, were oppressed together. And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. So Esau made the so-called Native Americans, all right, and the so-called foundational Black Americans, all right, subgroups of America, even though for the most part they built up and was a foundational building block for Esau to create this kingdom here in Babylon the Great. Okay, so not only Judah, but Gad, Reuben as well. Okay, are subgroups. Imagine that in this land, you're not even really American. You are a byproduct of who the true American is, which of course would be Esau Edom, right? So let's listen on.
There'll never be unity. There's too much money being made on the arbitrage of the lower class and stuff.
So look what he said. There's too much money being made. Didn't we just read in Jeremiah 50 and 33? They refuse to let them go. They hold them fast. You see? So you're pressed together and they're not going to let you, all 12 tribes, go. There's too much money being made. You see?
Classes for the elite. Oh, they're never unified.
And then he said for the elite. So this Jake, he's home, but the lights ain't on because he's not an Israelite. So He's on the train, but he on the wrong track. You know how Jake like to use them little idioms and all of that. Let's pull that back.
African American. We aren't classified as Americans. We are a subgroup of Americans. Native Americans. Subgroup of
Americans.
Yeah. There'll never be unity. There's too much money being made on the arbitrage of the lower class and subclasses for the elite. Well, there'll never be unification.
Which is
it's impossible. Even when people ask about reparations, it's like, it's good in theory. If reparations were given to everyone who should be in America, it would bankrupt the fucking world. 37 trillion.
37 trillion.
We couldn't fucking withstand COVID for 4 months. You think J.P. Morgan, shout to y'all, love y'all really, be clear, Bank of America, can afford to deposit all that money to us and the stimulus checks fucked us up? No.
You see, and that's why I brought up that stimulus check shit. That stimulus checks is what got us into this position while Jake was, willing to get them little crumbs off the table from the rich man as us being Lazarus. You see what I'm saying? So imagine if they were to just fucking give Judah, reparations, money, whether it be fiat, which would probably be in the, which we know, they going to give you universal basic income through digital currency. That's what they going to give you niggas, man. You see what I'm saying? Which is through Richard Werner, the Teemanite, the German economist, said it's the bait for the RFID chip that the Bank of England already has set up, which is one of the three unclean spirits, London, the financial spearhead. Okay? 37 trillion, because so basically he come up with that number through whatever statistics is based upon how much Judah has gave up their lives and their generations to build up America, was a value of $37 trillion, supposedly.
It never happened. Yeah. All it's just an illusion.
So it would never happen. So you Tariq Nasheeds out there, and any of you politicians and all of that trying out there in Cali, because you got the politicians in Cali trying to do that, this and that and third, it's not going to happen. So all you FBA niggas, y'all niggas is off, and y'all niggas going to take the chip. All right? One, because, matter of fact, the scriptures say in Proverbs that he hates one that soweth discord among the brethren. Tariq Nasheed, all right, and that FBA doctrine is sowing discord among the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Calling anybody else tethers and all of that. Not only is it the Southern Kingdom already got this little underlying beef with the Northern Kingdom, but you're going to cause discord amongst the Southern Kingdom as well. That's why I said I'm going to go in the comments, because you got people that even is based on how he's talking. They're assuming he's like of a Caribbean descent. You see what I'm saying? Because the whole doctrine with the FBA is to get reparations. And the thing is, they can't even tell if he's FBA or not. That's how you know that all the Southern Kingdom, Benjamin looked like Levi. Levi looked like Judah. Judah looked like Benjamin. It's all the same shit. You can't tell.
Keep it fighting.
Well, we got an expert in the building today. There were a couple of questions that I asked you about, but you've been ranked as one of the greatest investors of our time. Is that correct?
I humbly will say yes. Humbly. I don't know many people that have helped as many of our people in investing, so I'm honored to be called that.
Well, we're honored to have you on the show. We got Ian Dunn right.
So he's helped people financially, but we've helped people on the spiritual finances. All right? The prophets. You feel me? So he's helping people to get rich, but we're helping people through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai to get spiritually rich, which it ain't even of us. We're just vessels. You see what I'm saying? And if you're of the elect, Lord willing, we of that number, you're going to have that gift, which is faith, because faith is a gift.
I appreciate y'all. I fuck with y'all. It's an honor. Love the show. Love y'all. Proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So now, investments.
So we started with an argument.
No,
Classic. No.
That's
Yeah.
niggas actually having this same argument right now.
Yeah, all around the world.
As they should, because I believe I'll say what I said on Mechanism Monday. I think at the end of the day, I have to believe that this dude right here wants what's good for him and me, right?
Yeah.
And he has to believe that no matter where I'm coming from, I don't want to see nothing bad happen to y'all.
Right.
You dig? I don't really want to see nothing bad happen to nobody. But if we circle in the wagons, I'm down to circle the wagons. So no matter how much I yell and go back and forth, yo, how can you be in there arguing? Because we all trying to get to one place.
Right.
We all trying to get to, as misguided as I may think he is, as misinformed as he may think I am. We all trying, at the end of the day, all trying to get to one place. He got kids.
Yeah.
I know he wants a world where the kids can go outside.
Environment. Yeah.
I don't have kids. He got to know I want a world where I can feel safe having them
Kids. Right.
and let them go outside. So we all got to try and figure.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for. Notice how he said, oh, we want all the same thing at the end of the day. All Jake want is the kingdom. They all want peace. They all want a place where dwelleth righteousness, but they don't understand it and they don't know how to go about it because they're not of the elect. It says, but the election have obtained it and the rest were blinded. So they're trying to go through some financial freedom, black business, voting, all that type of shit to get what they know in their inward man of what they want, but they don't know because the Lord made their ears fat. You see what I'm saying?
Everybody's trying to figure out how to get to that spot.
But see, look, and they shake on it and the Hebrew Israelites, specifically of the great millstone stock, all right, are the ones that have gotten to that spot, man. All right? How to really get inner peace. And it ain't gonna be through no fucking fiat USD.
If I thought it was malicious, if I thought he was just a stark raving idiot, I couldn't fuck with him.
Likewise, if I thought Mac was just a racist moron, you know what I mean? But I don't believe that. I believe that we're all
candidate.
We're all. Why you keep calling him my candidate, bro?
Because you're the only one who advocates.
I would love to vote for Robert F. Kennedy.
I would like to vote for Bernie Sanders if I could.
You see, that's why I said we in 2024 and these niggas still think they can vote their way out of oppression, man.
But are they gonna win? So what do we do?
I would love to vote for Bernie. If it was up to me, Bernie, who's pressing everybody to pay pressing billionaires to pay their taxes, I can't be mad at that. Trying to recreate the middle class. Wait. Is the middle class?
It's been there at least 6 or 7 years minimum. Like if you think, even if rates come down, hypothetically, right?
Mm-hmm.
$700,000 house will now go to $850,000. Like I've never seen Austin, Houston, Atlanta, Miami, LA, fucking Colorado be this high.
And I used to live in Colorado. I was part of the Colorado Springs camp. Shout out to y'all brothers, man. Y'all Bashemesh Brakadam. All right. But yeah, so I could speak of experience, man. It is expensive out there. You see what I'm saying? So this brother's coming through mathematics. He not coming through emotion. And I saw his face when these niggas was talking about this voting shit. And he looking like, listen, there is nothing you can do. So that's why I said this brother, he in the house, right? But the lights ain't on because he's not an Israelite. You feel me? He got the beard, but you putting a razor to the sideburns, and he got the whole under shit, all this and that and the third. So he a smart brother, especially if he's the greatest investor to help, black people to get some type of financial freedom. But
there are no, like, even cars. There are no more $500 payments, no $400. $1,500, $2,200. Even back in the 2,200 was a fucking Bentley and some crazy shit. Like $500 a month got you a great car. So like, with all the money that's been printed, there's like, you're either rich or poor. People get mad at me all the time when I'm like, yo, 100 grand is no money. I was poor as fuck growing up. Like, shout out to my parents, but I was broke in college, right? If you have an accident, parents get sick, go through chemo, your medical bills would be $300,000-$400,000 if you're in the hospital for 2 or 3 months. So like, the gap is getting wider and wider too. And that's why, like in media, there'd be a lot of bullshit going on with the interviews, and because money's tight. When people had money for in 2020, wasn't that much arguing. Everybody had designer shit on. Now that gap is increasing. The middle class has been dead, man. At least 6 or 7 years.
And the salaries don't go up to match with the inflation.
By design. But if I'm an owner, if I'm being honest, why would they increase the salary if, when everybody got a chance to work from home, they showed their ass? So I'm going to drop the salary, make everything go up so I can control you. Going back to no unification.
See, so that's why I said this brother is in the house, but the lights ain't on. Like he said, it's all by design, right? So he know how the devil moved. I promise you, if you were to ask him, is the white man the devil? I think he would say yeah. Because he understands economics, right? He understands finance. He understands the weaponization to keep you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans on the bottom. All right?
I can bring you now, Amazon just announced, now y'all got to come back to the office. You can work from home, but you'll be unemployed. Your choice. Because when you work for someone else, and I know y'all have had these debates, right? You don't have full control over your life. There's no such thing as like true freedom. Like you got a gap in between. If you make 9 or 12 million, you free. But once you get to certain levels, you're always working for somebody. But if I'm paying you $150 a year, $200 a year, I'm going to own majority of your life. That's the way America's always been. Going back to education, rock.
So, and watch what he about to say. So look, he said that's how America always been. So if you make 100 plus 150,000 a year, he said, I'm gonna own majority of your life, and that's a fact. If Esau allow you to make that type of bread, you know how much time you have to give up to Esau, that you have to take away from upbringing and raising your family? Just think about it. So you got all this bread, which ain't even no bread, right? Because you making a good 10K a month or something, 12K a month. You feel me? You could do a lot with that, you know what I mean? But he like, yo, you a slave.
Rockefeller owns the American education system.
Oh yeah, I said let's go
like
back.
True freedom. Like you got a gap in between. If you make 9 or 12 million, you free. But once you get to certain levels, you're always working for somebody. But if I'm paying you $150 a year, $200 a year, I'm going to own majority of your life. That's the way America's always been. Going back to education, Rockefeller owns the American education system.
Who's been saying that from the jump? The Rockefellers own the education system. The apostles, man.
It's 1920s. Like, so when you go back to the origins of American education and disbandment of what land has been taken, all this is done by design for control.
And this is how we come to the conclusion through the spirit that the MOTB is the RFID C-hit, because it's all about control. You see, that's why, I think he at the house, but the lights ain't on. I think there's a high chance, whether he knows it or not, if you were to be like, yo, they're going to try to chip everybody with a microchip, I think he would agree. For him understanding that it's all about control.
How do we find that financial freedom?
You see, and that's all Jake want to know. Financially free, because they know that in this society, money allows you to attain any of the pleasures and lusts of the flesh in America. So if you're financially free, I could do this, I could do that, and da 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 da. That's all they give a fuck about. This is why 2/3 of our people got to die here in America, man.
As a people or individually?
So look,
All this is done by design for control.
How do we find that financial freedom?
As a people or individually?
Individually and as a people.
Individually, you have to invest in business. You have to invest in stocks. Like, we were the first thing that was traded here. So that's the thing when, like,
Publicly traded asset.
yeah, the first asset that was traded in this country was us. So that's
So you know what he just meant by that, right? Yo, I swear everything go back to the Israelites, bro. Who was the first one to really tell you through the scriptures that the first asset that was publicly traded on the stock market that created Wall Street was the Israelite, the so-called Negro Latino Native American? Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. We're going to go to verse 68. Famous scripture. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, which is America, pursuant to Revelation 11, spiritually Sodom and Egypt. It says, with ships. What type of ships? Slave ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, because he prophesied. Remember, he said, I will declare the things of the end in the beginning. It says, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. So what's traded on Wall Street? Stocks and bonds. What does bond mean? Bondmen and bondwomen. What stock is livestock? So you are the livestock. This is why they call it chattel, which is like French for cattle, like animals, chattel slavery. And you are the bondmen. This is why they had certificates of possession, which is a bond. Okay? So the first stocks and bonds, the first livestock in bondsmen and bondswomen were you so-called Israelites. You know how many bones of Israelites is under Wall Street? Come on, man. Mad videos came out on that.
why I'm like, I hate that we don't know it, but I'm like, let me do my job to make sure that we have the information because it wasn't designed for us to have. As a people, I don't think we'll ever get financial freedom. Country can't afford it.
You see that? So the brother is home, but the lights ain't on. So he's speaking the truth. As a people, we will never get financial freedom. You heard that, Tariq Nasheed? No reparations, man. That foundational black American shit is nothing but a CIA psyop. Okay? Because you an agent. All right? Ain't no such thing as financial freedom. For the scriptures say, and no man shall buy you, meaning redeem you, meaning free you from the oppression that Esau Edom have unto you in America. It's over with.
I hate that we don't know it, but I'm like, let me do my job to make sure that we have the information because it wasn't designed for us to have. As a people, I don't think we'll ever get financial freedom. Country can't afford it. They'll never give it to us. Reparations will never happen. It'll bankrupt the world. Definitely. Like,
Because the global economy, if they were to do that, it would affect every economy in the world. Duh. Hence what shows. Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 10 and 11, or 9 and 10.
if you look right now, most companies are going through a recession and they won't announce it. A recession is 2 negative quarters. We've had 6. They won't even say recession. They took Jack Ma from China and put him in a fucking concentration camp. And China's economy is gridlocked, which owns our debt, our financial parent. So if our parent is fucked up financially, are we okay or we're good?
Right.
So the biggest 2 economies in the world are broke, and China's thinking about invading Taiwan to get Taiwan semiconductor, which is the #1 asset in the world right now.
Why? Why is semiconductors the #1 asset of the world? Because the mark of the beast, man. They need chips for billions of people. And your other technology, cars, computers, TVs, whatever. But we already know the main purpose.
We're on the brink of a war. Money's tighter than ever, but no one wants to say it. But you have to invest in the best companies. And I tell everybody, like, are you a better entrepreneur than Elon, Tim Cook? No. Same way we're talking about home.
So look what he just said. We're at the brink of a war, but you have to invest in the companies that's up next. Basically, you see the war is coming. Semiconductors is needed for all the technology. So let's invest in the semiconductors and shit like that so we can get rich. So he's smart. He's smart. You at home, but the lights ain't on.
Dre, Kendrick, like we can invest in them. That's the white version of that. We have to invest in those companies. People always ask, what do you invest in? Number one company, two company in the world, Apple or Microsoft. If you're in music, sports, entertainment, I don't have to say you're on Apple. I think they need to improve their fucking phone.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely.
But as a company, incredible. Microsoft, they own 49% of OpenAI. The thing that I do love about rap culture and hip hop culture teaches a lot of business lessons. Like, so OpenAI is 50, Microsoft is Dre. Perfect marriage. You can see the runway for the next 10 years as AI get bigger. Microsoft will benefit from that. And I think a lot of times we act like we don't know what to invest in. But
so that's the point, because he's just talking some investment shit when America's about to be destroyed by nuclear missiles. But let's look at the comments real quick. So look at this, right? I'm going to hold this thing here. Somewhere out there, there's always a Caribbean trying to tell FBAs what they should get for reparations. See, 45 likes up. You see that? So they thinking he's Benjamin because he said that they will never get reparations. Like, oh, you stopping us from getting reparations. Look, y'all Caribbean and immigrant children need to stop talking about Black American business. 64 likes up. You see this? So Tariq Nasheed has, through the CIA, I believe, has caused a discord amongst brethren from Judah to Benjamin and the rest of the tribes, whether it be Ephraim, Simeon, Levi, right? Because of that nonsense, man. Foundational Black American. Yo, so, Black American business is reparations. I'm Haitian. He's definitely for reparations for African Americans. If they can give billions to countries like Ukraine and Israel, why not give to foundational blacks? Look, what the fuck is he talking about? They don't even know. See, niggas is dumb. Yo, it says my people are sottish. Niggas is dumb. Niggas is retarded. Fucking remedial, man. You guys don't understand. He isn't saying black people shouldn't get reparations. He's saying why the big boys won't let it happen. See, because he was reading the comments and so on and so forth. So because you got, look, Jews, Indians, and Japanese people get reparations. Why is this only an issue for black people? More FBA nonsense. This was a clickbait title. That dude don't know shit about reparations and definitely giving tether vibes. Where that tether thing come from? Tariq Nasheed, when discussing what can and cannot happen, blah, 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 blah. The government ain't feel a sting with them stimulus checks. They good. What? What? Did we not go through like at least 2 almost government shutdowns? But this is the point. You feel me? Stimulus checks didn't fuck us up. So this guy's a charlatan. You don't even know the definition of a charlatan. Pretending to know what he's talking about. I hate the direction math is taking this podcast. No, it wouldn't bankrupt it. They've been printing money. It would stimulate the economy. Wow. We would be buying stuff. Homes, cars, businesses. Nah, y'all niggas. Yo, I swear Jake is retarded, son. These niggas have to die. They're useless. They're worthless, man. Is this dude family from the Caribbean or something? What? You see, he don't know. So the fact that he can't even tell on his looks, they're going off of his talking points. They thinking that he Benjamin, right? When he could be Judah, right? You don't know. But that's the point. All Southern Kingdom look alike. What the fuck he's speaking goofy babble tether talk? Dude been around white folks and they was just it always some Caribbean in our business. He never said that. So they just acting like they, you see what I'm saying? Tell this tether to mind his business. He can't speak on FBA business. So I'm gonna let that be what it is. You see what I'm saying? So it at this point, the only thing that is going to unify Jake is Yahweh Shai. And it's happening in Great Millstone. I put it like that. You feel me? You have, your other camps and brothers of different tribes coming together, but this shit is over with. You feel me? And Yahweh Shah said, a house divided against itself shall not stand. So y'all niggas is always going to be at odds against each other. You see what I'm saying? However, the water Yahweh Shai, he will leave a remnant, all right, unless it would be like Sodom and Gomorrah, as the scriptures say. So I'm going to leave off on this regarding the reparations. It's in the book of Numbers. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35 and 33. This is true reparations. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. So this land has to be defiled because of so much so-called Native American blood spilt on this land. So much foundational Black American blood spilt on this land. It says, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. See? So the way to repair back is for these Edomites to be destroyed right here in the land of Babylon the Great, and to be slaves in the kingdom of heaven. That's true reparations. And what was that? Psalms 2, and I shall give thee the heathen. Ask of me, and I'll give thee the heathen for thy inheritance. Right? So this place is through, man. All right? Ain't no reparations. The true reparations is slavery and these heathens being smitten, all right, by these missiles here in America. Call Allah, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Baba Bo, Kwame Asherala. On to the next one, Shalom.